and welcome to the David Tomsic Show, fighting tyranny one day at a time. It's Thursday, May 1st, 2025. It's May Day. I'm glad you can join me today. I want to take a second and thank everyone who watches and those that have subscribed to my channel. You have basically joined with me in my fight against tyranny, and you are now part of the resistance, and I'm honored to stand with you. Thank you again. We do have some trouble here in America. We now have a dictator. Not that I didn't know that, but if you didn't, now you know we have a dictator in Donald Trump. Now, if you remember, when Donald Trump was on the campaign trail, he promised to become a dictator on day one. Now, I knew this was going to be a problem. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people just overlooked it and sort of didn't believe it. Now, the folks on the right, maybe they didn't all believe it, but they were hoping. Now, I know the question. David, why do they want a dictator? The answer is very simple. Because with a dictator, if he's on your side, you can get what you want today, right? Instant gratification. If you have to go through the other branches of our government, the courts or the Congress, it takes time to get things through. It gets time to pass bills, to get them approved. All that stuff, we don't need it. We want a dictator. Now, remember, there's been a lot of rhetoric over the years, a lot of conspiracy theories. Donald Trump's the master at conspiracy theories, and people believe him because a lot of people, especially on the right, I must say, having been there, love conspiracy theories. They believe them because they want to. Now, if you remember, they're eating the cats and dogs. They're eating the cats and dogs. This was during basically a debate with Kamala Harris. Now, this was crazy talk. Debunked later, but even today, many people believe that's completely true. Since 2020, remember Donald Trump lost that election, but he claims it was stolen. It was not stolen. I thought that at first too, from the rhetoric and the conspiracy theories I've heard, but that's not true. He didn't win the election. Joe Biden won the election overwhelmingly. Since then, these conspiracy theories have flourished. Now, keep in mind, Donald Trump himself sent his band of goons, the right-wing militias, over to the Capitol building in the January 6th insurrection. And yes, indeed, it was an insurrection. But this was the start. This was the start of this buildup to wanting a dictator. We need someone to put it to rest, to bring back America, to make America great again. So, illegal immigration. Let's blame all those people. All of them are criminals. And they're all drug dealers. They're all rapists. They're all murderers. They're stealing children. There's riots and crime across America, rampant crime. Of course, that's not true. We can prove that statistically, but people believe it. Oh, how about LGBTQ? They're the enemy too. We got to get rid of them. Well, these were the main topics that Donald Trump was going to attack because he hates all these people as well. And I use the word hate because it is. It's a hatred towards people that aren't like them. So we want to make America great again by eliminating anybody that puts an obstacle in our way. And the only way to do that is to bring in a dictator. He can write executive orders and threaten people and bully people, and we'll get what we want. Will you? Well, more and more people realize, it may be too late, that Donald Trump is a dictator. Now, a new poll from a nonpartisan religion research institute found that most Americans view Trump in dictatorial terms, and most Americans are concerned that American democracy is on the line. It's about time. This comes after the Trump administration has arrested a judge and warns other judges that they're coming for them as well. Does this sound like America to you? Does this sound like our Constitution is being upheld? This sounds more like something that would happen in Nazi Germany. Get rid of your opponents. Destroy them. Then there's no one to resist you, right? Now, this is happening at the same time that Donald Trump appears to be ignoring a Supreme Court order to get Kilmar Allegro Garcia released from a El Salvador prison, where he was pretty much mistakenly sent because they believed he was MS-13. Now, Donald Trump still believes he's MS-13 and sort of made a fool of himself on national television in an interview. Everybody knows that the MS-13 that Donald Trump says was on the knuckles of Garcia was photoshopped by his own people. This is well known. Donald Trump didn't realize this, and he kept bringing the point up in this interview and made a fool of himself once again to America and to the rest of the world. So what else happened with this? So we got this problem with the Supreme Court and Trump signing executive order after executive order. He just signed another executive order ordering the Justice Department, the Department of Justice, the DOJ, to investigate Act Blue. Now, Act Blue is a Democratic Party political committee, action committee, and they're a fundraising arm of the Democratic Party. He wants them investigated to find any trace of a crime so he can shut them down. Okay, this is what Adolf Hitler would do. Exactly. You go after your opponent. You make sure they can't raise money. You make sure that they don't have a political action committee. You destroy your opposition. A man, an honest man, would not go after his enemies like this, would not go after people he believed are his enemies. He would play the game according to the rules provided to him by our Constitution, not Donald Trump. Again, Donald Trump is who we've said he was for quite a while. He's a liar. He's a cheater. He's a felon. He hates people. He's a dictator. And he's going to destroy the American way of life. But he doesn't care because he represents an oligarchy. He represents a plutocracy. He represents billionaires. And all those people on the right that supported him, they're going to get trampled under the Trump train as well. And I'm sure that's not very far in the future. Now, this poll said 52% of Americans think that Trump is a dangerous dictator. A concerning 81% of Republicans believe that Trump should be given the power he needs to restore America's greatness. Now, think about that. Just take whatever power you need. Wipe out our enemies for us. Get rid of them. Those immigrants are horrible. They're killing people everywhere. They're eating cats and dogs. How about our allies across the world? These people are enemies now too, right? I mean, they're cheating us, stealing from us, ripping us off, not respecting us, and we're going to take back what's ours. I've said this in many videos, my friends, and I've tried to explain it. I've actually gone out and found experts that kind of will tell you exactly how it works. Experts from around the world that explain that America is not getting ripped off, that it's a lie, it's more rhetoric. But guess what? It fits in with all the things I just mentioned. We're making enemies, and we need one guy. Only one man can fix it. Only one. Donald Trump. He's going to fix it all. Although all we see is chaos. Chaos everywhere. He's going to fix it. He's going to destroy China. He's going to isolate China. That's not working out too well for him. He just said that he was on the phone with the Chinese. But no one in China picked up the phone. There was not one person in China that admitted that anybody talked to Donald Trump. I kind of believe them because guess what? They're on the warpath now. They said they're going to fight to the end. They don't want your deal. They don't want your apprentice show in China. They don't want a game show host telling them what to do, especially someone that doesn't know squat. I paraphrase that. We're also seeing that Donald Trump's approval rating is now 39%, which is the worst for any president in history in his first 100 days. Donald Trump beat his own record of 2017. Donald Trump is historic. He is a record breaker. And to top it all off, 45% of Americans gave him an F for his first 100 days. Not good, right? Now I'm going to read an excerpt from a press release from United States Congresswoman Betty McCollum. She represents Minnesota's 4th District. Now, I know a lot of people won't like this because she's a Democrat. It's sad that that's how we think. I have to say this for those people that look at it that way. 2 words, grow up. So, U.S. Representative McCollum, Donald Trump is making good on his promise to be a dictator on day one. The White House Office of Management and Budget ordered a freeze on all federal grants and loans, according to an internal memo publicized on Monday night, halting trillions of dollars of congressionally approved funds relied upon by millions of Americans. In response to this brazenly illegal and unconstitutional act by President Trump and his administration, Congresswoman Betty McCollum, a senior Democrat on the House Appropriations Committee, released the following statement. President Trump told the American people he wanted to be a dictator on day one. Now in the office, he and his administration are following through with illegal and unconstitutional actions that directly threaten Americans' economic, personal, and national security. The flurry of unconstitutional Trump executive orders and memos issued in the last week make America weaker and less safe. They are increasing costs for healthcare, housing, and groceries across our country. Now, this was actually released on January 28, 2025. Of course, since then, things got worse. Now, I have to tell you, if you're a Democrat, that you've got to go after your Democratic congressmen and senators. These people have played dead for a while. It's time for them to wake up. They ran a terrible campaign for Kamala Harris. They didn't attack what was obvious to attack, that Donald Trump was going to be a dictator and pretty much take over the federal government. Once again, it's time to fight. It's time to fight tyranny. This is up to me and you, not just Betty McCollum. It's up to me and you. Join that resistance. Subscribe to our channel, share our videos, help us grow, help us reach more people so they can also have a say in this fight, so they can also stand for freedom. Somebody has to do it. And if we don't join the fight, if we don't go after our congressmen and senators, if we don't start voting them out in 2026 and putting people in there willing to pick up the fight with us, then we're doomed. Because Donald Trump's going to arrest every judge he can. Anybody that stands against him, he will go after and he will destroy. If it's not me and you, it's nobody. There's no one else. There's nobody behind us. We're the last line of defense, people. 2026 is not far away. Start looking into who's going to run. Maybe urge people that you know would be a great congressman or a great senator to run against these fascists that have taken over our country. It's time to make a stand. Because if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That's all the time I have. God bless you. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. I will say again, go over to our sister channel, Nights Around the Fire. Watch that video that's out there. With me and Ashley Hamilton, we're making some more. We'll get them out as soon as we can. And again, God bless you, and I'll see you next time right here on the David Tomsic Show.